to Aspheric TV, and this is the morning newspaper briefing. My name is Dabur Gifts, and I have Mr. Abdul Malik Mustafa with me in the studio. Good morning, sir, and welcome back from the weekend.
How are you doing?
I'm fine, sir. Alright, so this is the morning newspaper briefing where we discuss newspaper headlines that made it to Nigerian dailies with you. So we'll start off with the Punch newspaper. The major headline here says 1 hour interview, PDP challenges Tinubu again. APC says Asiwaju will floor Atiku. Tinubu should subject himself to 1 hour interview, Atiku's camp insists. Atiku incapable of defeating anybody. He has nothing to offer, APC spokesman. And then the picture there in the Punch newspaper is the Abuja-Kaduna train kidnapped victims, and it says outrage as terrorists flog train abductees, threaten Buhari. The All Progressives Congress and its allied groups on Sunday said the APC presidential candidate Asiwaju Bola Tinubu will trounce his People's Democratic Party's counterpart, former Vice President Atiku Abubakar, in any debate. But the People's Democratic Party restated its challenge to Tinubu that he should subject himself to an hour media interview to test if he would be mentally present to do so. APC chieftains, including the National Publicity Secretary of the APC, Felix Morka, Director General of Asiwaju Tinubu Presidential Campaign Organization, Bayo Shitu, the coordinator Tinubu Mandates Group, Pastor Olufemi Bakari, and the Director General of Bola Ahmed Tinubu Sanwo-Olu Projects, Mr. Emmanuel Amuwo, however, faulted the PDP, saying Tinubu would defeat Atiku in any debate. The next newspaper is the Vanguard newspaper, and it says, as INEC moves to turn down its own reports from primaries, tension in INEC in fighting, threatening 2023 elections. There is a palpable tension in the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, over the continued push by the All Progressives Congress, APC, leadership to ensure participation of Senate President Ahmad Lawan and Godswill Akpabio in the 2023 senatorial elections of Yobe North and Akwa Ibom Northwest senatorial districts, respectively. Contrary to what the leadership of INEC had told Nigerians, that the commission is legally bound to stand by the monitoring reports received from our state offices, verified pieces of information available to Vanguard suggest that INEC may have ignored those reports in some states of the Federation, including Kano, Sokoto, Abia, Oyo, and Akwa Ibom. The Daily Trust newspaper, it says Kaduna train, how Ransom blockade triggered hostage beating video. Presidency reacts as terrorists threaten to abduct Buhari, VP, others. FG's attitude boosting their confidence, security experts. Video sign of state failure. Negative verdicts on FG. Northern Group. The video released at the weekend showing terrorists beating up helpless passengers abducted from the Abuja-Kaduna AK9 train service March 28, 2022 was triggered by anger over the blockade of a ransom of the captives, Daily Trust has learnt. Daily Trust reports that since the attack 4 months ago, which led to the killing of about 9 passengers and abduction of people, at least 20 of the victims have been released in batches after they each paid a ransom of 100 million naira, while over 40 victims remain in captivity. It was learned that renewed negotiations to release another batch of the victims was truncated after security officials turned away ransom bearers from delivering the agreed amount. Was said to have angered the terrorists who beat up victims in the This Day newspaper. the Nigerian Tribune newspaper says, "Ones bomb their hideouts, presidency." And then the Nation newspaper has it that security on red alerts over threats to Buhari El Rufai. Train attack, insurgents threaten to attack President Kaduna governor. Government won't succumb to propaganda, says presidency. Victims' families protest today. And then lastly, we have the Daily Sun newspaper that has it that NIMET alerts of heavy flooding in southwest Taraba orders. It also has it that fuel scarcity, airlines raise economy flight tickets to 75,000. Also, Kaduna train abductors issue kidnap notice, threaten to abduct governors, government officials, other leaders. Outrage trails video of terrorists brutalizing kidnapped passengers. Why we are cautious in rescue efforts. Presidency. Alright, we'll go on a short break. When we come back, we'll discuss this newspaper headlines with you. Please stay with us.
Thank you for those who have subscribed to our channel. We are happy to have you on our channel. Thank you so much for all your support. But please, for those who have not subscribed, we are begging you, subscribe to our channels. Please subscribe. Please, we are begging you, subscribe to our channel. And while subscribing, do not forget to click on the notification button, the button around it. Don't click for you to get our notification whenever we are on live program, wherever we are covering a live program, wherever we are giving you a news update, whenever we post a new content on our channels. Please do not forget to follow us on our social media handles. On Facebook, official at Aspheric News, on Instagram, Aspheric News, on Twitter, and Aspheric News, on LinkedIn, and Aspheric News. Please, thank you so much for your huge support. Your huge support. Watching is a support. Thank you. We are grateful. But please, let someone know about Aspheric TV, and also to call on us anyone in need our service. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Welcome back. So, Mr. Mustafa, I think it is wise to start off with the most pressing of all the stories, the one that made it to almost all of the papers this morning, which is the Abuja-Kaduna train attack, the story concerning that. It's yesterday, the terrorists released a video where they were seen torturing some of these victims, the men precisely. They were beating them up, and we heard wailing, and the women were also crying and things like that. And then this morning as well, we've seen that the relatives of some of these kidnapped victims made their way to the Ministry of Transportation to protest concerning the release of these people. They've been in captivity for 4 months. What do you think about this development?
Well, it's a sad development. It's unfortunate. This particular incident happened March 28th, and since then till now, a lot have been done. Some of them have been, some of the abductors, the people abducted, some of them have let's say, they are fortunate to have
been released, whereas
about 40 something of them are still in captivity. Well, it's actually the video surfaced on Saturday, late Saturday. Nobody that will say after watching that video that will be the same. I think one of the newspaper even likened the video to a war crime. That is to tell you the enormity of the video. It's a gory scene whereby you are seeing adults being flogged, being beaten in a very savage way by a band of criminals, terrorists.
Surrounded by others with guns.
Surrounded by others. You know, it's unfortunate. Well, the terrorists earlier, I think a month after the abduction, they released a video. And in that video, they claimed that they are in possession of the people abducted and some of the book. And they gave their condition for the release. The condition they gave was that their children are being kidnapped by the government, by the Nigerian army, and they are being held in a detention center in Yola. That they should free their children so